Hi everyone, welcome to Border Text with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is another Clan War replay backed by popular demand. This replay has been sent to me from Geordie Bro from 1AR. Of course, Geordie Bro and 1AR have been very, very active on the Tier 10 global map, but both during the campaigns. And of course, now that the global map has finally reopened, probably a week or two ago now, or a week or two ago when I recorded this replay. Anyway, this replay, you might be thinking, what the hell's going on here? Don't change your glasses, don't rub your eyes are not deceiving you. That is 7 artillery pieces in this game against Mates Clan, Aussie Mates, no bull, another very active, pretty new-ish clan, I think, definitely new compared to the likes of 1AR and Anzaf and all those kind of clans that have kindly sent me some awesome replays from the global map. Now, looking at 1AR's lineup, yes, it's true, 7 artillery pieces. 1 of the big Frenchies, 2 of the big Brits, 2 of the big Germans, and 2 of the big Yanks. And looking at the mini-map, you can see that I'll make the mini-map a little bit bigger. Briefly, you can see the Americans have gone here, the Germans have gone here, the British have gone here, and the cheeky Frenchman has gone straight up the one line. And even though the 1AR guys are taking nearly half of their tanks, 7 out of their 15 tanks are artillery pieces. The rest are all mediums, apart from the 2 E5s, and you've got 2 E5s, 3 Batchats, a Cax, a Centurion Action X, which is a tank that I love so much, 2 Object 140s, including the one that Geordie Bro's driving, and that's about it. That's your 8 non-artillery pieces. Now, an E100's been spotted by one of those Batchats, as well as a Centurion Action X, and it's good to see, even though, and you can tell by the way Geordie's pinging the map, you can tell he's clearly calling, and that's probably why he was kicking back a little bit in his Object 140, because I think when you're calling, you really need to concentrate on the mini-map and listen to what your other players are telling you, as far as what shots those artillery pieces might have on the enemy heavy tanks. Of course, as any arty player will tell you, when they see an E100, they lick their lips, and of course they've spotted an E100 has been seen, as well as a couple of medium tanks. But it appears that Mates might be doing a little bit of a camp in this game. They might be the current landowners, I'm not sure, but 1AR definitely getting nice and aggressive, looking at these medium tanks, the Batchats getting nice forward aggressive spotting positions to try and light these camping tanks up. Centurion Action X up here with the E5s. They've just lit 2 T62As, very popular Russian medium tank. And even though 1AR are going with 7 artillery pieces in this game, it's good to see them getting they're getting pretty forward. Those Batchats, we know they've lit the E100 here and the Centurion Action X here. So these Batchats are getting vision up to this area. Of course, these E5s and this Centurion Action X on the eastern side of the map are getting vision around here. So even though 1AR have brought 7 artillery pieces to this game, up to this line where my cursor's pointing on the mini-map, all this area on the mini-map, they own the map as far as vision's concerned. Now this T62A would be very, very nervous. They would know that there's 7 artillery pieces, or that they would have seen 2 T11 OE5s and of course the Centurion Action X, and they'll probably be thinking there will be a lot more tanks pushing up that eastern flank, and that other T62A of course would be probably very nervous indeed. One of them's already been sent back to the garage. Bit of pinging on the map going on by Geordie Bro. Clearly he's the guy calling, and we know that he's he loves calling Clan Wars, Tier 10. Now Geordie Bro moving forward with the Batchats. You can see the American artillery pieces have moved up to the A1 square with the little French one, and the French one looks like he's moving a little bit more forward. Of course, the French artillery is an auto-loader. It's got 4 shells in its clip, and whereas all the other artillery pieces in this game, the Conqueror, the Germans and the American ones, are a bit more of a big long reload, one big powerful splash. So 1-1 is the score. Moose Knuckles been unlucky enough to be taken out of the game. It is Centurion Action X on the eastern side of the map, and it looks like, and I really don't like to see this, but Mates Clan might have good reason to do this, but they are having a massive camp off. And this is how you break camps. It's if you've got 7 artillery pieces, you're going to break these camps every time. Geordie Bro auto aims on the 113, tries to get a shot in. It looks like that 113 Chinese heavy tank looks like it might be a bit more focused on those Batchats. There's my old mate Cindy in his Batchat. He absolutely loves his French auto loading medium tank. And Cindy doing the right thing in the chat, letting his teammates know that he's reloading and he's going to be out of the game for the next 36 seconds. Geordie Bro keeping this E5 lit, as well as throwing a couple of shots in there. Turns off the auto aim. He goes for a tracking shot, but it doesn't quite. Tracking shot doesn't quite take, but that's okay because Odds Panzer sends the American heavy tank back to the garage. And with the score on 3-1, those artillery players will be rubbing their hands together. Big arty shot into the Chinese heavy tank. Another shot takes him down to pretty low health, and the big German arty takes him out of the game, bringing the score up to 4-1. And Geordie Bro, as well as those bat chats, getting some good visual damage on these T57 heavy tanks, as well as there's an E100 there on 811 hit points. Centurion Action X on the enemy side, still on 1185, and with a little bit of pinging going on. I'm tipping Geordie's telling those E5s on the eastern side of the map to move down to where that T62A was last spotted and try and light him up. Now Geordie takes a massive shot from one of the enemy artilleries, and it was a pretty big one. But he's still got 505 hit points left. He wants to make sure he doesn't get hit by another artillery shell. 6-1 is the score though, so 1AR being nice and aggressive, getting plenty of vision. One thing I've noticed in this game, once 1AR worked out where all these enemy tanks were camping, those medium tanks did an excellent job of keeping all those enemy tanks lit up for their artilleries. Now if you look on the mini-map, those T11 OE5s on the eastern side, looks like they were being attacked by the Batchat and the T62A, but the Conqueror gets rid of the Batchat. It's always a pretty lucky hit. Probably not luck, probably skill, but when you're in artillery, it can be hard to hit the medium tanks, simply because they can be so quick, especially Batchats. Looks like Mates might have been doing a little bit of counter battery. One of the artillery pieces, the Conqueror, gets taken out of the game. I would imagine he wouldn't be spotted from where he was, but of course one very valid strategy when you're playing artillery is to look for tracer rounds from your bird's eye view. Geordie gets some shots onto the Object 704. Mates Clan unlucky not to be able to bring 15 tier 10 tanks, but of course tier 9 tanks are totally acceptable. And it looks like there's just the Object 268, which looks like he's getting a fair bit of attention from those Batchats. And one more tank which hasn't been spotted yet, and giving the vision control that 1AR have on this map, it'd be a pretty safe bet to say is right up in the corner, or he's just there where Moose Knuckle has pinged, and there he is right up in the corner, the big German. And of course they don't need to risk their tanks. Tank locking is back in place on the Clan War global map, so no need to try and run towards that big artillery. The big artillery's fired now, so definitely safe to do it. Geordie Bray puts a friendly shot into Ozpanzer Race, probably letting him know no need to kill him unless we know that he's fired. But anyway, another pretty handy replay from 1AR on the global map on El Halluf, the desert map, as we have a very quick look at the post-game battle results. A comprehensive victory from the 1AR boys, winning 15-3. And Geordie didn't have a bad game. Spotted a lot of tanks, got a lot of spotting damage. And as you look at the second page of the post-game battle results, a good spread of damage. The artillery's not doing too badly, but especially the big T92 American one. I haven't got one of those yet. Maybe I should buy one. But spotting damage galore. That's why this Batchat would have been top score, even though he did 2,280 damage, 4,678 spotting damage, 4,000 damage to the T92. My old mate Cindy, who I was in a clan with not so long ago, nearly 5,000 spotting damage. And that's the power of artillery. You can pick up all this spotting damage when you bring all these artilleries. Medium tanks just love getting spotting damage. But all in all, a pretty comprehensive victory from 1AR versus Mates on El Halluf in the Tier 10 Clan Wars. Thanks for the replays, Geordie. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and see you all next time. Don't forget, there are plenty more Clan Wars battles coming as soon as I get a chance to record them. Cheers.